again, it's sad because the Queen still hasn't met her grandchild.
Obviously, we always look forward to that Christmas walk. Do we think that that's probably going to be canceled as well?
Yeah, I think the crowds have been asked not to go this year to Sandringham, to the church. So there's been kind of two voices at the moment. One is that, crowds won't be allowed, and then the Queen and the senior members of the royal family will still attend the church, but they're also the Queen may attend a separate service somewhere else if the crowds are allowed. But from what I understand, the crowds are going to be asked to not go down this year.
Interesting. So go ahead. It is sad. We thought at this point maybe we would be getting back to normal and, kind of having a normal Christmas. And then all of a sudden within the last, couple of weeks, kind of turns it on its head. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I know. I think that's what it is. I think it's just come around so quickly, literally in November, we weren't talking about this. And then all of a sudden, everyone's talking about changes to plans. So, it's not just the royal family, it's everyone.
Right. No, you're so right. But if everything does go to plan, which we hope it does, when do kind of the royal festivities for Christmas? You said, she flies out Wednesday by helicopter, but when do the festivities really get underway?
So from what I understand, for them, they all kind of meet up, but it's Christmas Eve that's the big kind of present giving for the royal family. So this is when they do their exchanges of presents, which I think they're not these like a massive elaborate presents that we all think they will be. I think from what I understand is that they all kind of like little jokey presents and to give to each other. I was speaking to one of the royal experts the other day, and he said that Princess Margaret used to just buy the Queen powder puffs for her face.
I love that.
That's it.
I love that. But it's so normal because, so many families have like these white elephant gift games and things like that. So it's nice that they kind of have a little jokey spirit during the whole thing, which is great.
I gave someone a present the other day, just a little necklace that said Queen, and she was like, oh my God, the Queen would actually love this, even though it's quite tacky, So yeah, I think, so present giving on Christmas Eve, I think is when it really hypes up for them. And then it's not as formal from what I understand, and as it used to be on Christmas Day. There is now only 4 changes of outfit, which to us would seem quite extreme. And then on the evening, they do like a black tie and evening gown rather than like a white tie and tiara, which they used to do years ago.
Yeah, you would hope the last outfit change is like sweatpants or pajamas and they're all just sitting around watching a fun holiday movie, but I can't imagine that's it.
No, sadly not. I think it hypes up during the day. So by the evening, it is evening gowns and black tie. Yeah,
totally.
Definitely not what I'll be wearing at home.
Same here. And I imagine that the food is just out of this world. I know that they have like the same menu every single year too, right?
Yeah, and I don't know if it still happens, but there was something where you used to have to be weighed in and weighed out. So
really? Oh my God, that's amazing.
But then if you look back at history, like the menus were absolutely, immense in those days. And, you probably would come out quite a few pounds heavier. But yeah, so I think Henry VIII used to have literally every bird on the menu that was possible, except swan. Well, maybe they did have swan then, but obviously now the Queen owns every swan in the Britain, and we're not allowed to kill swans.
Yeah, so that's a good thing. Do we know how Harry and Meghan may be involved or included in this Christmas festivities?
It's been very quiet on that front. I've tried to get some information about what they've been doing, but from what I understand, they're just staying obviously there. And again, it's sad because the Queen still hasn't met her grandchild. So yeah, I think they are just staying over there. I can't imagine that there won't be phone calls and Zoom calls. That wouldn't be, I'm sure they are going to speak to each other at some point. But yeah, definitely not seeing each other in person this year.
Yeah, hopefully they can make it over for the Jubilee in June. Yes. Hopefully everything by then will be calmed down, but you never know. Yeah. Please. Obviously, this Christmas is going to look a lot different because of Prince Philip not being in attendance. Do we know if they're going to be honoring him at all this holiday season?
I don't know publicly, but I'm sure they will be behind closed doors. He was a massive part of the family for them, and kind of the jokes that he loved kind of those personal family times when he wasn't in front of, hundreds of people. And, we understand that, everything, even down to the funeral, had to be scaled back, which was probably actually how he would have liked it. Because, he liked those times where he just got to spend time with the family. So I'm sure they will be honouring him in some way or another personally.
Mm-hmm. Have we heard anything about the Queen's speech and what she might be addressing?
No, I don't think that is ever let out the bag until Christmas Day. And from what I understand, it is recorded really close up until Christmas. So maybe not even written or signed off yet on the 20th of December.
Yeah. Well,
especially with all these changes, right?
Right. So, no, that's what's so interesting. I think it's so interesting that you heard that, everything may be scaled back and happening at Windsor again. Do we think Kate and William will attend if it's at Windsor?
I don't know, because they obviously will be in Norfolk from what we understand. So, that will be further away from them than, if they're in Sandringham, it's just a stone's throw. So, yeah, they may not if it's at Windsor.
Yeah. How do all the kids get involved during Christmas as well? Because it's got to be, I know Prince William said, a few days ago that it's so much fun seeing Christmas through the children's eyes and that, they get to play with their cousins and things like that. So I'm sure Christmas is definitely a little bit more laid back, like you said, probably because of all these kids that are running around.
Yeah. And from what I understand, like the Queen is in her element when she's got her grandchildren sitting on her lap and having that family time. So I'm sure it's something, something that we'll never ever get to witness, that kind of really relaxed family time, which is, what everyone else has at Christmas.